Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of CN Meets. And today I am really genuinely delighted to be joined by Fay Sharpe, former agency owner, entrepreneur, and mentor, and also the first person I met up with face to face, my first face to face meeting in 2021, because we live in neighbouring villages. How are you, Fay?
Oh, great, thanks, Martin. It was lovely to have that coffee, wasn't it? It was like a breaking of bread together. So yeah, I loved it, and really good to catch up with you. So
It was, and I think actually where we were sat was later in the day. A picture, or rather, let me start that again, where a picture was taken that appeared on the front page of the Daily Star and on Have I Got News for You, of two people sitting out in the rain. And that's literally where we were sitting later on that day when the sun came out. So first day things reopened, it was snowing in the morning, but then the sun came out. But it was great to see someone face to face. I'd almost forgotten what to do.
yeah, no, I missed. I missed. We must have missed being famous. Look at last, but yeah, it was really nice. I mean, obviously, I've done some social distance takeaway coffees and stuff with friends, but I think just being able to sit down, having someone serve you, a bit of ambience going on, it was really nice. So yeah, you're right. Let's hope that continues with actual business meetings, or more, more business meetings, and we get back to business, eh?
Absolutely. Well, certainly what the numbers I'm seeing come in certainly suggests that the appetite is returning. There's certainly bookings going in the right direction. But what I really wanted to speak to you today was about mentorship, specifically at the outset anyway, Fast Forward 15. Now, obviously, you know that you're behind it. I know of it. I'm sure some of our viewers know about it too. But I thought for the evasion of doubt, for those who aren't familiar, can you just give us a quick update? What is Fast Forward 15?
Okay, so as you may know, I worked in the events industry for 30 years, and 7 years ago, when I sold Zybrant, I decided to set up a not-for-profit mentoring program specifically for 15 women to help them achieve their goals and their dreams in their careers. Mentors are men and women, mentees are all women, but all walks of women, from all ethnicities, all ages, all different types of jobs, but all within the hospitality and events industry. We're in our 7th year now. We've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of women, just helping them get on their way to whether it's a promotion or setting up their own business, or just getting a bit of confidence. That's what we aim to do.
How does it actually work then? I mean, how is a mentee paired with a mentor, and what would their relationship be over the course of the year? What actual help do they get, or what guidance would they get normally?
So FF15 is not like any other program in the marketplace, in that it's a governed program. It is not just about throwing two people together and letting them get on with it. First of all, I interview every mentor and select people again from across industry, corporate, agency, hotels, etc., to get the people with the best talent, but also with the best diversity. And then we open applications, and applications are open, as I said, for all women within our sector. And we go through a selection process. That at that point I personally match the mentees to the mentors. So I look for skill sets, I look for background, position that they're in. So for example, if someone's head of global corporate, if someone's trying to get into that area, then I might put those two together. But so what then happens is the mentor then interviews the mentee. We usually have a batch of about 5 or 6, and we have a process and a scoring procedure to make sure we're fair and ethical. And then I have a final call with the mentor to ensure that the selection works on all fronts, and that there's going to be a good fit. We do contracts with the mentees, we sign NDAs, it's all done above board. We're insured, because we want to make sure that the journey for the mentee and the mentor is really good. Once the program starts, obviously there are face-to-face mentoring sessions, but also I do 2 education days during the year where we give the mentees skills, networking, pitching, all sorts of things like that. They also put on a charity event, which there's one happening at the moment, Fashion Forward 15. And that's aimed to bring them together as a cohort so that they go away with lasting relationships. And also I try and get them as many opportunities to enter awards, to go to events, dinners, exhibitions, etc. So it's more than just a mentoring relationship. It is a program, and that's why the 15 places are very sought after.
What I guess really what sort of common needs do mentees need? I mean, why would they even sign up to Fast Forward 15 in the first place? I mean, what's the sort of general needs that they want? What is it that they see or feel that they need to get from someone more experienced in the industry?
It's really interesting because obviously I also mentor people commercially. So I've got women and men at all ages and stages of their career, quite senior people. And there are common themes that I see when I'm talking to people, in that people, it's like you can't always see what's right in front of you, right? We talked the other day, sometimes what's right in front of you and is obvious, maybe you don't see. So I think what it is someone who's got a really good listening skills and a good eye to actually understand where you are in your career and your life, and actually work with you to help you move forward. So a lot of people just get stuck. They maybe have goals, but those goals don't have any smart values around them, or don't have any action plan around them. So they just carry on in a cycle of the comfort zone that they're in, doing the same thing day in, day out. And actually what a good mentor should do is help maybe reflect on where they're at, highlight where they can move forward, and help them with tools to actually move forward in their career, whether that's sit down with their boss and talk about next steps for promotion, or make a plan for what they want to do next in their life or career.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I guess it's nothing that people should be afraid of, is it? I mean, I was asked, do I want a mentor for me? And I think that, while I report on the events industry and I'm very, well known within the events industry circle, I'm still a journalist. So therefore, there is a different career element there that even I need to think about. And you think, is that a sign of weakness? Well, no, of course it's not. I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's about getting perhaps very stuck in your comfort zone. You are where you are, and it's very easy to not know where to go next sometimes, isn't it?
Exactly. And the thing with independent mentor is that they are on your team, right? So they're there for you. But if they're good, they'll also be really honest with you, and maybe get you to look at some of the things you are or you're not doing, or you maybe could do differently. I mean, a lot of people sort of say to me, oh, I haven't had a promotion, or I haven't had any pay rise. And I said, well, have you actually sat down with your boss and talked about where you're going in your career and what you want to do? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. So it's just the basics. You've got to start by actually first of all thinking about what you want, and then talking to your line manager or your boss about what the opportunities are. And if there aren't opportunities, can you make opportunities even for sideways development, things that will help you grow? So for example, say there's no opportunity for promotion, you could offer to set up a charity committee and actually get experience of running a voluntary team or something. So there are lots of things that people can do. So I think a lot of people just don't start with the basics, and that's where I sort of unpick where they're at. And then before they maybe jump out of their job into something else, where they're going to be equally as unhappy, or, whatever, try and work out, well, can we fix where you're at, and can we actually help you to progress? So I think and I see results almost instantly. I had a session with one of my clients last week, and literally instantly we've picked up on 2 things she can do straight away, and she's already written an action plan, which is great. So,
are there any sort of like common character traits that you spot among people who sign up for Fast Forward 15?
Do you know what? No, because there are all sorts of people, and one of the things that I encourage that people to be part of F15, it doesn't matter if you're an extrovert and out there, and really you've got a great PR machine already, and you're already building your brand, or you're quite introverted, or quite shy, or it doesn't really matter. For me, everyone can progress, and actually sometimes it's the quiet people that get overlooked. And so we don't, it's not on who's the loudest, or who's the out there the most. It's basically who can we help the most, who wants to grow, who wants to develop, and who's open to actually hear and take on support and advice, because you have to be open for people to give input, your mentor to give input. If you're open, you get much further. So there's no common thing. I do see in women, a lot of women, confidence issues, where they don't think they're good enough for things. And, again, that's a quick fix. We can fix that. It's just having someone there that maybe points out some of the things that maybe you're over analyzing, that, are just life, and you just need to put it behind you, move forward. So I think confidence is a thing that I see a lot in women.
Is that something that perhaps age is a factor in as well? Is that something you see mostly in younger women coming through, or I mean, to be honest, I don't even know if there is an age range in Fast Forward 50.
No, it's basically, we say as long as you finish university, it doesn't matter any age. We actually have categories for ladies that are at a certain point in their career, because I think sometimes, again, when you get to a certain point, you get stuck. You've been in the same job for ages, and people just maybe overlook you. So no, confidence issues can pop up at any time. And they can be self-inflicted. They can be caused by someone's boss maybe not being very supportive or not encouraging, or maybe that person taking things personally when there's the personality of the boss is different. There's all sorts of reasons, or possibly home things. Sometimes things that have happened to that person in their life have given them that confidence crisis. And people talk a lot about imposter syndrome, and I mean, and it's a bad thing to talk about. I think imposter syndrome is out there for a lot of people, but that's life. Basically, sometimes you don't feel confident about everything, but you go on and put a brave face on and actually just get out there and do it. I mean, I've spoken at things many a time where I've thought, oh my God, I feel physically sick doing this, or nervous or whatever, but I've just gone out there, put a brave face on it, and it's gone okay, so
yeah, that's a really good point. Imposter syndrome. It's something I've suffered from that. When I started started in journalism, I transitioned over from a career in motorsport when I was the operations manager at a venue out in the Middle East. That was my last role in motorsport. I moved across to motoring journalism and started off as a freelancer. And I was going out to big press events as a motoring journalist, surrounded by all these really experienced journalists and all that. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing here? It's quite intimidating, but you've just got to crash through those barriers. No one is ever going to stand up in the middle of a crowd and start pointing and laughing at you. And I think, sometimes we have that inner fear that we just need someone to give us that leg up and help us get
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why I do love mentoring, because when I talk to people I'm mentoring, it's really nice to encourage them and support them, and talk through some of the things that maybe they're feeling, that they it is difficult sometimes to say things to your boss, isn't it? It's sometimes difficult to be really straight, because you think, oh my God, they're gonna, whereas when it's someone who's there on your team, it's much easier to say, look, I've done this, what do you think? And you go, well, maybe I'd have done that different, but there's no judgment. And that follows through in everything I do. Fast Forward 15, I say to everybody on the program and my private mentoring, there's no judgment. Whatever it is, we can fix it, or we can work through it,
Absolutely. So then, lastly then, Faye, I'm going to ask, are there any sort of plans to evolve Fast Forward 15 in the future? I mean, it's been around, 6-7 years, phenomenally successful. Would you consider expanding it or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I've got two things that I'm doing at the moment that are my next gen mentoring, which is, first of all, I am mentoring privately now. Individuals, obviously, people can apply to me if they want to be mentored by me, which is my new program called the Millionaire Mentor, Mentoring Excellence. So I'm launching a new website for that soon. One of my mentors on the program is actually working on that for me, so that's quite exciting. I'm not going to take on loads of people because I don't want to be so busy I can't enjoy life, but I'm going to take on a limited number of people to mentor. And the other thing that is really exciting, someone that I've worked with on FF15 education days approached me to look at a mentoring program in politics. So we are currently shaping Arrive in Politics, which is by Fast Forward 15 and She Stands. And we are looking to do the same model, which will be 15 mentors, 15 mentees. We are talking to MPs at the moment and have signed up. I think it's Rachel McLean. She's a very wonderful MP that's working with us, and we're also talking to lots of different MPs across the party. So it's party, it doesn't matter which party. We're talking about helping women break into politics from 18 to 30, and actually break down some of the traditions that are there that maybe mean that it's hard to get into politics as a woman, or maybe make it a little bit more scary than other areas. And I think we need more women, and we need more diversity in politics as well. And we need more normal people. I don't know a bit about you, but when I look at some of the politicians, I think we just need some normal people that have been in business, or that that want to make a change for good in our country. So that's one of the things that's happening over the next few months, and we're hoping to launch that in January 2022.
That sounds really exciting. It'd be certainly good to get, to really change the demographic of politicians, because I think we're pretty bored of all these failed business people who've got into politics because they couldn't hack it in the real world. But not making it personal, those of you in Westminster watching this, not at all. We'll help build a better Britain.
Yeah, and I mean, and the interesting thing is, I'm not a highly political person. I've got my opinions, but I'm not highly political. But this is more about, I think in all the things I do, I like to make a change and a difference. And hopefully in FF15, this new program, Arrive in Politics, and of course, Mentoring Excellence by Millionaire Mentor Fay Sharpe, hopefully I can help people.
Good stuff. So then lastly, Faye, how can people get in touch with you?
So people can email me at faye@fastforward15.co.uk, or if you go on to the FF15 website, there's a form there you can get in touch, or connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. I'm always glad to hear from people. So lovely. Thank you, Martin.
Great stuff. Faye, thank you so much for stopping by. The sun is shining all over, so go and enjoy the garden. Speak to you later.
Gorgeous. I will. Bye-bye.